All right, I'm the Flat Rate Master, and today we're talking about how people don't understand how business works. All right, and specifically do-it-yourselfers. I'm gonna pick on them a little bit in this video. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, don't have any problem with you working on your own stuff. Don't take it that way. But I'm referring to the comments I get about, you know, the shop was going to charge me X amount of dollars and the part was this much money, and, you know, they're just ripping people off. And no, it's not like that. It comes down to it's expensive to have an auto repair shop. It's what it comes down to. I'm standing in a multi-million-dollar building. All these lights cost money. Our information systems cost money. Things like payroll, things like insurance, all costs money. It's expensive. Well, if we want to stay in business, we have to charge appropriately. I did a video about it last week about we're not charging enough, but I digress. Tell a little story here. Years ago when I had my shop, I had a nice couple, great customers. The customer's wife was looking at her husband's bill for his truck. Did a bunch of maintenance on it, nothing real major, but she, you know, and I disclosed everything on my invoices. I had my labor rate, everything, and she was like, $80 an hour. I wish you could get that, as far as to her husband. And I'm sitting there going, you know, he was a carpenter, so, you know, skilled labor, but not making $80 an hour. My response to her was, I don't make $80 an hour either. The shop makes that, and it pays me a percentage of that. And unfortunately, that's the mindset of a lot of consumers, is that, you know, labor rate's $100. I mean, they're just raking in money. No, it costs a lot of money to maintain these shops. And guess what? We have to warranty that stuff. You know, we sell you a part, we have to warranty it. Now, sometimes the parts store covers the replacement part, but not the labor. We have to factor that into the pricing. All those factors mean we have to charge appropriate fees, labor and for parts markup. You know, the old adage of they don't let you take your own steak into a steakhouse to grill it for them. Well, same thing applies in an auto repair shop. We have to make money on both labor and part. That's how the lights stay on. I know I'm complaining about DIYers, but it's a mentality, unfortunately, of society. They just don't understand the costs involved with everything. Simple economics. You have to pay all the bills of the shop, the salaries of everybody in the shop, all those taxes, and the owner kind of wants to make a living too, so we have to charge appropriate. Now, one of the things that everybody always complains about is, you know, parts. Oh, well, I can buy that part for X amount of dollars. I had a customer years ago at my shop complain because a cam synchronizer on his Ford, I was charging him $150 or something like that. I forget exactly what I was charging him, but it was, you know, he could buy the part from the parts store for 40 bucks or 30 bucks or whatever. It was, you know, a lot less. Well, he was comparing a aftermarket Dorman, and I was installing a Ford Motorcraft. Apples to oranges. And unfortunately, a lot of customers just do not understand that. They're looking at, you know, they pick up the phone, call the parts store, and that part's, you know, discount auto parts stores, by the way, I'd like to point out, way cheaper. Well, that's great, except the quality may not be what we can warranty. You know, like for instance, in this shop, we have a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty. I can't install a Dorman vent valve and expect that part to last 3 years. Now, can I? If I install an OE one, hopefully it'll last 3 years plus. And unfortunately, quality costs money. There are some understandable complaints when it comes to like for like, you know, but remember, a shop has to make money on the entire job. Shop doesn't make money, shop doesn't survive, shop closes down. Just like any business out there. If business doesn't make money, it doesn't stay in business. So as a consumer, we have to understand, yeah, we want to, keep as much of our own money as we can, but you have to understand that's how business works. Businesses have to make a profit or they're not in business. So another comment is unnecessary services. Oh, those control arms, they wanted to sell me an alignment too. You mean the correct repair after replacing suspension components? Now, if you're doing it yourself and you don't get an alignment, well, tire wear is on you. As a shop, if I don't do an alignment, guess what? Tire wear, they come yelling at us. Now for us, anytime a suspension, a subframe is moved, we align it. It's not fun for us. It's a pain in the butt because we don't do it currently in-house. We have to sublet it to another shop. So that means we got to send somebody up there to drop it off. They got to get back here. Then they got to go pick it up. It's a pain in the butt. But we want to make sure we put out a quality product that the customer doesn't come back and yell at us because of poor tire wear or anything like that. You change a suspension component, it can change the geometry of the suspension. Imagine that. You change a part and it might be a little different than what was on there. Getting back to DIYers and their mentality is they think that, oh, well, we can just, slap it on. And that's great for a DIYer, not so much for a shop. We got to make sure we can stand behind our product. Hence, we have to charge for it and we have to do the job correctly. Now you can complain about shops not doing the job correctly, and I 100% agree with you. So anyway, I know this was a rant. Thanks for listening to it. By the way, you want to be a do-it-yourselfer, fix your own cars, I have no problem with that. More power to you. As a technician, I don't, complain about do-it-yourselfers. Understand, you want to save money, you want to do the job yourself, have that satisfaction. Cool. And if you get in over your head, most shops are more than willing to help you out for a fee, of course. Thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.